might have lots of prejudices that you might not even realise you have, but they've started to come out. And then all of a sudden, you get to this point where you've got this new way of communicating where you have to listen a lot to the other person, you have to agree with them even when you don't. And it can be very uncomfortable. So it's about putting into practice some of the theory around leadership. And then we move to systemic challenge, and this is about then taking that journey to outside to the rest of the world. So where we talk about this programme being about developing people, that is all it does. These people are not given any resources, any money, any additional time, any access to other materials beyond what can we put into your brain about how you work and how you work with other people. And then at this point, the challenge is go and do something that makes a difference, and then come back and tell everybody else. So those individuals go out into the world and start to work and operate differently. And generally what I see, they're a bit strange because people start reacting and responding to them differently. Like, hang on a minute, most of my conversations with you today have been very task orientated, very kind of yes, no, let's get this. And now you're asking me how I feel about this? What's wrong with you? And it creates a different. What we start to see here is when you work differently as an individual, it doesn't matter what you've got in your toolbox in terms of how many people you manage, how much money you've got, how much political influence you've got. It matters how you work, what your ambition is, and how effective are you at changing the way other people think. Because if you're effective at that bit, then you find the person with the money, and you find the person with the political influence, and you start to shift things and move things, and start to create a bit more of a shared agenda with those other people that are around the table. And you start to realise that collectively, between you, even though you don't necessarily have any money or resources, you know an awful lot of people in the system, because again, we're talking about prisons, policing, the community policing committees, volunteers, civil sector,